Welcome to Crossroads. Today we're going to discuss the importance of connections. Our ability to connect emotionally and spiritually determines the quality of our lives. Our connections determine who we are. To assess them, we look at our connection to ourselves, our connections to others, and our connection to God. A study done at Wellesley College determined that the outcomes of connection were that a person feels a greater sense of zest. A person feels more able to act and to follow through on their actions. A person has a more accurate picture of their own self and of others. And each person feels a greater sense of worth. Each person feels more connected to the other person and has a greater motivation for connections with other people. In the same study, the outcomes of disconnections were diminished zest or vitality, disempowerment, confusion and lack of clarity, diminished self-worth, and turning away from relationships. Reality equals how you think, how you feel, how you behave, and how you are in your own body. But often in an addictive process, the thinking is distorted, the feelings are shut down, and the behaviors are not appropriate. There is a major disconnect from the body. In pursuit of meaning, women today often try to live their lives like both their mother and their fathers combined, pushing themselves to a level of excellence that destroys their creativity, their spontaneity, and eventually their connections. We often take on roles that no longer work for us, or we get exhausted, resentful, and disconnect as a means of survival. Within the psychodrama role theory, we can access the acts of the hungers, the desires, the wishes, and the needs that originate in the body that can only be fulfilled through actual body movement or interaction. The body shuts down movement in order to protect feelings, and it shuts down feeling in order to lock down the body. At Crossroads, this is where action techniques help release our clients from the body-mind disconnect. It brings awareness through relationships. In relationships, there can never be a we until there is an I. It is about forming connection with all the parts of self until they become real. The methods of psychodrama involve the ABCs of connection: affect, behaviors, cognition, and spirituality. This simple technique assists a therapist in gaining insight into a client, but it is even more effective because the client experiences the disconnect in her body and the process of change. This method allows one to experience the past and the future, all in the present, here and now, which allows for reality testing. Self emerges from the roles we take on. Roles are developed by first taking the role, second playing the role, and thirdly creating the role. Remember when you first started a new career or became a mother for the first time? That's when you took the role, followed all the rules, was fearful of making a mistake, and checked with others to make sure you were doing the job correctly. Later, as you began to play the role, you relaxed a bit and started adding some of your own creativity to the role. Lastly, after some time, you were able to make the role yours, adding your own unique styles, methods, and moving into a new level of spontaneity and creativity. This process continues as we transition to different periods in our lives. Change occurs when new creativity and spontaneity become life energizers to spark a role change. Change is always a process and is often the result of emotional pain. Pain is a motivator. Pain is our friend in its desire to shift our perspective to being willing to take the steps to reach out, connect with yourself first, and then find the solace, comfort, and release from being accepted, understood, and encouraged by connections to others who understand, because they are on this journey with you.